So tonight we're back out here at the site. So tonight, you guys, is someone here with us? Merritt and Karen, is that you? Can you walk over to that device and make it go off again? Oh, yo, I'm shooting that. Shoot me. There's a high EMF reading right here where we think that Merritt and Karen, where their bodies were found. After the release of our most recent investigation, a viewer reached out to me and said that they knew someone who was helping the National Guard look for the missing girls. Receiving this message had me sitting at the edge of my seat, so we set up a date and time to meet up. I asked my friend Dave to help film this interview, so we packed up the gear and headed down to meet our contact, who lives near the body site. And as we turned onto the familiar road, an uneasy feeling came over me as we were coming up on the location where I've documented many strange occurrences. Hey man, how's it going? Hey Papo, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, I got Papos too. Hey buddy, how's it going? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is my buddy Dave.
Hey, how's it going, man? Nice to meet you. What's up there, puppy? Oh my, you're gonna ride the dog.
That's your good Papo. Huh? That's your good Papo. You big, huh? So, dude, thanks for inviting me out here. Like, I wasn't expecting to get a contact from the episode, you know?
Right.
Like,
All right, stay down.
God,
I watched it and, I thought maybe I could help a little bit.
yeah.
And, that's why I reached out to you. Dave down the road down here. Actually, when we was digging for the foundation here, he was the one, we got talking about it, and that's how I knew he was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and there's another guy that lives right up the road here. He may be down there with him.
Oh, okay.
So.
Were they both there?
No. But he knew, a lot of the older fellows around here have lived here all their life.
Right.
So they know. And when I went down to ask Dave if he would do this interview with you guys, there's an old Owl Creek road. The old road, I don't know, which way did you guys come in? Bottom way?
From Goshen side.
From Goshen side,
Yeah.
okay. Right down here where you made the real sharp left-hand turn,
Yeah.
the original road actually went straight.
Oh, okay.
And it actually comes out up on Gum Springs Road. They actually found the girls' clothes and purses and stuff like that.
That's where it was.
Yeah, all the way up that road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the podcast where they said, police were finding things strung about the road. Mm-hmm. It was like a, someone said it was like a trail being like, help us, this is like where we're at, throwing stuff out the windows and everything. But it seems like it was the killer ditching.
I don't know. Dave told me that much. So, yeah. And I had never even heard that much before.
Right.
So, what he told me, he was, of course, he'll tell you again.
Yeah.
I believe he was like 15.
No.
The National Guard actually came up and asked them if he would help because him and his family lived here all their life. And they hunted all their life.
Yeah.
So he actually rode his bicycle down to help them. And once they found the bodies, he said it was like he had never seen so many cops before, so fast in his life. And the cops actually loaded his bicycle up in the back of the cruiser and brought him back home.
Wow.
Just to get him out of there. But he was actually there and seen the bodies.
Wow.
So,
dude, I got chills right now. Just okay, yeah, dude. We gotta go talk to this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
We'll load up and go down.
Awesome. Let's do it. And then this is the old road you were talking about, right?
Well, it is that one that goes straight, which is now a condemned road. That's just a personal house. The road that kind of shoots up through the woods there actually circles up around and goes up into Gum Springs Road 2. And that up in there is where the graveyard is. All the way up on top of that hill.
So that's definitely side-by-side material.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right up in there is where they found a lot of the girls' clothing and stuff like that. Dave was actually telling me that they actually found the one girl actually still had her cigarettes tucked in her pants, or they were still in her pants, or something like that. He'll tell you, but it was kind of weird that they didn't even try to pickpocket them or steal anything. They were just after, I guess, one thing: kill him.
Well, so tell me about your experience. When do you remember all of this happening?
Well, I was 14 years old. I quit school. School started back in September. I wasn't 15 to November. So I just quit and never went back. You could do that back then. People didn't say anything.
Right.
And we used to have some garbage dumps down there. People out of town and around always brought their garbage, and, metal and stuff, bicycles. We was into bicycles, so we'd always check the dump every day to see if any bicycles or anything we could use and stow away. Yeah. And I was down there, which I was 15 at the time then, and I seen a bunch of people coming up the roof of the mines, and they was National Guardsmen. And so I was there in the road. The bus turned around. There was a wide spot down there for the bus to turn around. And that's where the girls was found across the road. And there was a few of them in there I knew. Paul Parker, Toad Dalton, and them. And they asked me about the ponds, if I knew where the ponds was. And I said, yeah. So I took them up there and showed them where the ponds was. Now there was a road over. The girls was here. There was no road going up on the strip. So we walked up to the road, showed them the one on the left side. Then we walked across and showed them the one on the right side. Well, instead of coming back down the road, we come straight down over the hill from the second pond, exactly right beside the girls. And all of a sudden I heard somebody say, well, that looks like one of them girls' legs sticking out from under that brush pile. And I turned and didn't have no shoe on, but I could see a bone and a foot sticking out, But then they grabbed me and got me out of there right now, Yeah. And the time I got down to the road, it just seemed like it was no time. There was choppers in the air and state police, and the other cops, you know, the counties and all, they was all there, you know. And I remember this one state cop wanted to know who it was and what I was doing down there. And I told him, and he said, well, where do you live at? And I said, up the road. He said, well, I'm gonna take you home. I said, well, I got my bicycle with me. So he threw it in the trunk and brought me up here. And he talked to Mom and Dad for a while. And that's all I can really tell you about that. And that evening, my God, I'll tell you what, there must have been 1,000 people down there that evening. But before that, me and Roy Keaton was down there rabbit hunting. Now I'm gonna take a rough guess. It was probably, I don't know. It could have been February or March, sometime in there. And I remember there was snow, and there was a big old brush pile there. You know, I remember me getting up on it, jumping up and down to see if anything would come out of it. You know, never knowing them girls was underneath there. You know. But they had some kind of leads that them girls was up this way, or National Guard wouldn't have come up here and started searching.
Yeah, from the letters that they got from that psychic medium.
Yeah, well, like I say, I was young, and I never paid that much attention to what was going on.
Yeah, you're 15. Why would you?
And so, you know, that's the first thing ever happened down this holler. Everybody was so excited about, or whether it was somebody down this holler. You know, you never know, you know.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think twice about it until...
Yeah.
And is there anything else that maybe it's from that day, maybe it's from times after? I know that they said that they caught someone, but we all know Clausen wasn't the killer.
That Clausen, they kind of proved it. A retired state cop said there wasn't no interstate back then, and he was in Philadelphia working at some kind of plant. And from his time card, they said there's no way he could have come in here and committed that and be back at time, you know, try to clock it in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They said he was in jail and stuff, and he heard stories and all about it. Maybe he just went on his own to get a name. I have no idea.
So do you think, and this is a theory that's always played in my head, do you think it's someone locally?
Well, somebody had to know that place was there. Yes, I really believe it was somebody that we might know, or somebody lived here kind of close to know about that.
Because, you know, like you said, there was no interstate back then. That Owl Creek was a dirt road.
Yeah.
And how many people really knew about Owl Creek unless they knew the area?
That's right. One of these days it may never be settled who did it, or if they ever find their heads or whatever. But I'm gonna say their heads ain't that far away.
That's what I've always thought.
Yeah. They could be buried down there somewhere. You know, you just never know.
2 months had passed since our interview with Dave. He agreed to take us to the exact location of where the National Guard and him came across the bodies of Merritt and Karen. Marcus and I met up with Tim and introduced him to Dave, and we all packed into Tim's truck and headed down to the location. As we got to the location and stepped foot into the woods, a stillness clouded the earth in those moments in time, as I could feel something ominous lurking in that wooded forest land. This is about where we normally investigate. Right about over here.
Pretty close.
Yeah, there was a pathway coming down through here. There's something they've been using, but the pathway came right down through here. And we was walking down that day, and back in January, me and my buddy, we was rabbit hunting down here. And when we got up and down and jumped on them girls. Didn't know they was underneath of there. Just looked like a regular brush pile. But when the National Guards come up, I took them up to the ponds. And we was coming back down through. And we was walking by, which, you know, there might have been a couple ahead of me. But we passed them up just a little ways, and I heard a guy say, well, that looks like a leg bone. And we turned and looked back, and the leg bone was sticking out. Now, it didn't have no shoe on it, but you can see the ankle bone and the foot bone. And they got me out there. As soon as we looked at that and noted it was them, they got me out of here right now. Yeah. I was 15 years old.
And you know today is 52 years to the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel being out here?
I mean, it don't bother me. I hate it the girls lost a life like that, you know. And if the people who did it is still living today, if they are dead, they should be burning in hell for what they did, you know. Them girls didn't deserve that.
So currently we're out here with Dave, who was 15 years old when the Co-Ed Murders bodies were found. And he was showing us the area of where the bodies were. And we're getting ready to prepare for our investigation here tonight to hopefully ask more direct questions instead of general questions and see if we can find some more in-depth answers to their murder. And I hope they answer.
So it had to be.
Well, they found some of their belongings?
Yeah, like this, you know, a pocketbook or something here and there. They found stuff over on the Howick Road. So that kind of goes to show you somebody knew where there was, you know, where some of these roads was. I mean, they just, instead of random, you know, just take the road, because they had to find out where the hell to come out at, you know. So it kind of shows me that somebody knew the surroundings about it, you know. But you never know, you know. That's just hearsay.
Pretty good hearsay, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. They had some on that book. They had a suspect over on Howick Road. The boy lived with his grandparents, and they said had his name in there. But you know, usually when you grow up around here, you know everybody in a 50, 60 mile radius, you know. But that name I ain't never heard of. But they had him for a suspect. Then the next holler over, there was supposed to have been some hippies living up there, you know. And I don't know if they had would have anything to do with it or not, you know. They said it could have been a ritual, that's why they took their heads. But most likely we kind of figured the girls was shot. And they were so afraid maybe the bullet didn't exit. And that's why their heads is missing, because they was afraid to find that bullet, you know, if they was shot. And try to get some kind of a, you know, thing off of that bullet to match the gun up. But like I say, it's been 52 years and ain't been settled yet, so it may never be settled.
In our last investigation, a spirit said, "There is a portal." I thought they meant a spiritual one, but Tim had suggested it could be a mind portal. So they take us to one of the shafts at the end of the road, where we capture a disembodied voice on my camera's audio.
So there's the entrance, huh? Yep.
Back at that time, that shack would have been open, that portal would have been open.
Yeah, you can see it's all blocked off now. Nobody's getting in this thing. Oh wait. There's a hole. There's an opening. Right down there. You got one of your lights on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That leads right down in there. Yeah, dude. That leads right down in there.
It goes down in a pretty good way.
Yeah, it does.
How good are you with the drone?
Not that good. After checking out the mine shaft, we head out to take a break before meeting up to adventure into the darkness. And as night fell, excitement and anxiety took hold of me. As we traveled down the hauler, I was hopeful to find more answers behind their untimely deaths. I want to help them and bring peace to their souls, but I know there's something evil waiting for us. We make our way into the woods, unaware of the communication we're about to receive.
There's the Y.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. First and foremost, I'd like to say if there are any spirits here, we apologize if we are walking upon ground that is dear to you. We mean no disrespect. We mean not to disturb. We only seek anything of guidance that could help bring peace to your souls. We hope it's okay that we're here. Love it if you can talk to us this evening. My name's Marcus. Danny, we've both been here before. We've tried to talk to you before. This is Tim. He's familiar with the area as well. Again, we mean no harm and no disrespect by being here. We only wish to talk and communicate. We hope that's okay. We hope that you feel free enough and comfortable enough to talk to us this evening.
So we're back out here. You can just lay it down, Marcus. It's fine. So tonight we're back out here at the site. Is your infrared booster on?
No, shit, thank you. Sorry.
You're good, man. So tonight, you guys, is someone here with us? Merritt and Karen, is that you? Can you walk over to that device and make it go off again? Yo, I'm shooting that. Shoot me. There's a high EMF reading right here where we think that Merritt and Karen, where their bodies were found. I literally just set that on the ground, dude.
Mm-hmm. It was literally right before we started, well, right as you started introducing yourself.
And I asked immediately after, if that's you, could you do it again?
Are you introducing yourself?
Can you walk over to that green light on the ground? Can you make it spike into the red to where... Bro.
Well,
Tim.
Oh, dude, I got chills.
I think that means it's comfortable. Let's introduce ourselves once more.
My name's Danny. I've been here before. I've been trying to figure out who killed you. And today is the 52nd anniversary of when your bodies were discovered. We have Marcus over here. He was out here with me last time, and I believe that you were trying to speak to him. And tonight we have a new friend with us. His name is Tim. He lives down the road, and today we all collectively brought a man by the name of Dave, who was 15 years old. And he was there with the National Guard when your bodies were discovered.
But we passed him up just a little ways, and I heard a guy say, well, that looks like a leg bone. And we turned and looked back, and the leg bone was sticking out. Now, it didn't have no shoe on it, but you can see the ankle bone and the foot bone. And they got me out there. As soon as we looked at that and noted it was them, they got me out of here right now. You know, I was 15 years old.
Merritt and Karen, if that's you, or if it's one of you, could you walk over to that green light again and make it spike into the red? Can you put your energy and can you walk over to that device? Can you let us know that it is you? Dude,
Did it jump a little bit?
no, but for it to do that as soon as we got back here, like,
Yeah.
and it's just at a solid 0.0. Like, it's been at a solid 0.0 and it hasn't fluxed or spiked.
Well, I think maybe it's just maybe it's just watching. It's introduced itself and now it's curious.
You want to give them the battery bank to maybe need a little bit more power?
Yeah, let's do that. So Tim has brought a power bank here.
And it shows full bars, 4 of them.
So it is a fully charged power bank. He had informed us earlier that this could restart a car. It could charge up a car battery, correct?
Yes, sir.
Merritt and Karen. Wait.
It goes off.
Oh, it does? Okay. Merritt and Karen, we have brought you an extra source of energy tonight. It is this black box to my right of where the green light stands. Use that energy. Make your presence known. Let us know that you're here. And walk over to the green light. And if you could, can you make that go off again? Can you show us that you're here?
As you were explaining where that box was, the camera started going in and out of focus.
On me?
Yeah.
I also want to make a note that the temperature has dropped.
I was about to say I'm also freezing right now.
It has significantly dropped on the EMF detector.
Yeah, my hands are claws.
Ever since we were out here and the initial spikes. It was around 61, 60 degrees. And now it's at a solid 58.4 degrees. Merritt and Karen, if you're here with us, can you speak into any of the camera's microphones to let us know that you're here? Or could you use the energy from that power bank and focus on that green light? Can you walk over to that green light and make it spike again?
It's out of focus again. There's something walking in front of, between me and you, Danny.
Tim, would you come closer and join us over here?
Yeah.
Merritt and Karen, is this where your bodies were found? Was this the general area of where your bodies were discovered? Can you let us know on that green light? It was like a short burst of energy, and then can you let us know on that green light? It was like a short burst of energy, and then
There's some in between where you and I are standing. There is something because the camera's constantly going in and out of focus.
I feel something here.
Yeah.
Like earlier today when we were out here,
Felt still.
very still.
It does not anymore. High intensity.
Guys, it dropped to 55.9 degrees. Within minutes, a couple of minutes.
Maybe it's me. You guys have been here before. I haven't. Merritt and Karen, I'm just here to help these guys. Maybe it's me. You guys have been here before. I haven't. Merritt and Karen, I'm just here to help these guys.
As Tim is talking to Merritt and Karen, a disembodied voice or growl is captured on my camera's microphone. A couple of minutes.
Maybe it's me. You guys have been here before. I haven't. Merritt and Karen,
What's even more compelling is that you can see me hear it as I turn to where I thought it was coming from.
I live right up the road. I've heard of your story. I just want to help them solve this story. You know, I mean you no harm, just like these guys. And I'm just here to help you. So if you could, you know, please help us figure out your case.
Well, do we want to start with a method or any tool?
I do, but also I want to mention this for the record that, oh, it's reading 555 right now on, well, 55.5, but those are angel numbers. And it's actually going down to a 0.4, 55.4. Remember earlier when I said it doesn't read even numbers? It's actually reading, it is reading even numbers. Maybe it won't go to 666. Because I thought it would have. Whoa!
I've read it at Trip 6 before, Danny. I know I have. It was at Mount Morris.
Can you do that again? Can you please do that again? Can you make that alarm go off? Was that letting us know that you were here? That you are here? Is this where they found your bodies? The last time that we were here,
is it alright if we try to communicate with you a little bit deeper?
guys, I'm fucking on edge right now.
Let's try Estes. Or do you want to do... I say we try Estes first.
Oh, dude, it just spiked to a 1.6. It didn't go into the red, but it did have a high spike of 1.6 milligauss.
Do you like that idea?
I think we might have to do the Estes method. Did you like the last time that we did that? Communicating through the radio? Did we hear you?
Where's that ball at?
In my bag.
Where's that ball at?
In my bag.
Wind picked up too.
That's what I noticed. I was literally just about to say that. Barrett and Karen, the last time that we were here, were you hiding behind a tree as we walked into the woods? Tim has an object here of the school that you went to. You went to West Virginia University. Did you enjoy your time while you were there? Did you get to go to any of the football games? Did you get to go to any of the football games?
Sorry, shaky footage. I'm tightening some screws.
Oh, no, dude, you're totally fine, man. Like,
Alright, well, let's do some Estes.
Merritt and Karen, we're about to try
trying to clear some areas for when I swap down.
You're good, man. Merritt and Karen, we're going to do the Estes method. We're going to talk to you through the radio again, and I want you to speak to Marcus when we do this. Did you enjoy that the last time? Did we hear your voices the last time? I feel like every time I look away, something's going to happen. Like there's going to be a high burst of energy like they're walking through here. And it keeps getting colder.
Yeah.
We were just at 58 and then 55, and now it is at 53, fluxing between a 0.2 and a 0.4. I also want to let everyone know, on April 16th, 2022, today, it is a full moon. 100% illumination, but we've been having some overcast and rain today, so the full moon's not out, but we were hoping that the full moon and the illumination from the full moon would help spurt or spike some type of energy boost here, especially it being the 52nd anniversary of their bodies being discovered. And as soon as we... What the fuck? 3.9 was the high on that. Back down to a 0.0. I told you, like, 9.9. I told you every time I look away, and it's literally every time I look away.
I think it wants to talk. Or they, rather. Not in it.
There's a fucking tension on my back, dude. Let's go ahead and do the Estes
just
method.
started feeling that myself. My back is burning right now.
It's very tight.
Like it feels like I'm holding a weight.
Yeah. There's a giant weight on my back. It feels like claws or something, like digging into the center of my... Yeah. Very taut. Dude, what is going on? This thing was dead silent. 0.0, and it's still 0. It is spiking. There's no electronic interference. We're in the middle of the woods. Are you calling for help?
With the focus right there.
You want to talk, don't you? You want to talk, don't you? Dude, I feel like something is on me.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like what I felt last time we were here, dude.
You okay, dude? I need to get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to cry.
It just grows.
Dude, I've been recording for almost 22 minutes. 3.8 was the high on that. 4.059.
Oh, more focusing issues, bad.
Merritt and Karen, we're about to do an experiment with Marcus being a conduit. Can you talk to him?
2 for yes, right? That was 2.
And you know what the spike on that was? 2.2. Let's go ahead and do it. Next time on Spirit Walk Paranormal's WVU Co-Ed Murders, closer to the truth. Currently, we are out here where the WVU Co-Ed Murders bodies were found. Merritt and Karen They were found what we believe to be right here in this exact spot. Marcus is doing the Estes method with the Spirit Box.
The frequencies that are coming through aren't like when I normally hear them. It almost sounds like they're restrained. Careful.
Why do we need to be careful?
Bad apples.
From bad apples.
Did somebody cover up your murder?
Tried.
Tried to cover up.